The cabal is down but not out, attack on all fronts until they surrender. Benjamin Fulford, October 7, 2013. The criminal corporate government of the United States missed an international payment deadline on September 30, and was given until October 17 to find the money or else be declared bankrupt. These are people who have been constantly murdering and looting the planet for hundreds of years, and we must not waste the real, rare chance we have now to put them out of business forever. Last week Skull and Bones murderer and cabal slave John Kerry plus traitor Chuck Hagel were in Korea and Japan looting local oligarchs' money, in order to try to save the Washington, D.C. crime syndicate. They were able to get enough money to put 400,000 civilian Pentagon workers back on the payroll, but not enough to stave off bankruptcy. We have confirmed from multiple direct Pentagon and agency contacts that there is no military action plan to remove the criminals from Washington, D.C. That is why we must not let ourselves be fooled again. The Joint Chiefs of Staff and the political elite in Washington, D.C. are hopelessly compromised and brainwashed, so action against them will have to start at a local direct level. Fortunately, humanity is awaking to the horror imposed upon them by the Satan-worshipping elite that seized control of the United States and turned that once Christian nation into a mass murder machine. Victory will be ours. There is a manhunt going on now for key cabal leaders known to be involved in nuclear terror, indiscriminate biological warfare and other attempts to kill 90% of humanity, and prepare for a 1,000-year fascist Reich. Those of us who have studied our real history know many of the names like David Rockefeller, Henry Kissinger, George Bush Sr. and Jr., Tony Blair, Benjamin Netanyahu, the Rothschild family and others. Less known are the P2 fascist lodge secret bosses like Marco Di Moro and Giancarlo Bruno. If you see any of these people in public, you are legally entitled to kill them in self-defense, because they are actively trying to kill you and your family. People also need to understand that these people have a global network of over 1 million agents, who are working to create a totalitarian-style Babylonian-style world dictatorship. Many of them can be identified as Talmudic as opposed to Torah Jews, who regularly attend services at synagogues and believe other humans are cattle. Stop insulting the real Jews by calling them Jews and call them Babylonian Satan worshippers, because that is what they are. They must be removed from all government and media posts until an international tribunal can sort the wheat from the chaff. However, many Satanists pretend to belong to other religions or cults. These can usually be identified because they have a charismatic leader and a strict, often secret, hierarchical structure. Think Mooney, Scientologist and Christian Zionist. Top cabal government proxies include Prime Minister David Cameron of the UK, Prime Minister Stephen Harper of Canada, corporate the United States government President Barack Obama, unhead Ban Ki-moon and Japanese slave government leader Shinzo Abe. Remember, these cultists use control of the process of creating and distributing money as the source of their power. In military and strategic terms, the best way to end their horrific rule would be to seize or destroy the headquarters of the Bank for International Settlements in Basel, Switzerland, the 12 Federal Reserve Board branches in the United States, the European Central Bank, the Bank of England, the Bank of Japan and the International Monetary Fund headquarters. If their monopoly control of the distribution of money was taken from them and returned to the people, humanity would become free and prosperous. Former Canadian Defence Minister Paul Hellyer describes in concrete terms what a democratically run central bank could and did accomplish in Canada between 1939 and 1974, when control was ceded to the bis mafiosi. I remember from my own childhood that manual workers got more paid than office workers, because they had harder work and how everybody was well off. The governor of the Bank of Canada lived across the street from us in a middle-class neighborhood, and went to work in a Volkswagen Beetle. After the BIS took over, the price of a chocolate bar went from 10 cents to $1 within a few years. The dimes and quarters that were made out of silver were replaced with cheap trinkets. Canadian living standards began to decline as money was stolen by the bankers using inflation. Hellyer is well known to exopolitics and disclosure types, as one of the most senior former government types, to have has gone on the record